Haley Outen here from the American Digital Network studio. Thanks for tuning in to an all-new episode of the Players Lounge. Today, I'm happy to be joined here in the studio with Navy quarterback Zach Abey. Zach, thanks for joining us today. Great to see you. Congratulations on the big win last weekend.
Thanks for having me.
So you're off to this 5-0 start. You're sitting atop the West Division standings. Looking back to last week, though, you guys stepped out of conference play for a second, and I know these games against other service academies are really important to you guys, aside from the conference championship goal at the end of the year. You guys had a pretty good lead heading into halftime, but then in that fourth quarter faced some serious adversity. What was going through your mind in that final minute when you knew you had to drive your team down the field to get the score?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the Service Academy games are very important for us. The whole school kind of, they play pranks throughout the week. And then, so I guess going back to the last drive, it's something you practice a lot. The 2-minute drill, we practice it every week. You never really know when you're going to have to use it and if you're going to have to use it. But so going out there, I mean, we just knew like we had to make a touchdown to win. So we all executed. Didn't make it anything bigger than what it was. We just played like it was in practice. We did great.
So fans that are generally used to watching your style, your triple option, you're used to seeing a lot of play calls on the ground. But it seemed like in that final drive, not a ton of time left, Coach Jasper called quite a few plays through the air. Is that something that you're starting to feel pretty comfortable with?
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing a 2-minute drill, I mean, you really can't have too many run plays unless you're trying to get out of bounds. But yeah, it's something we're getting more comfortable with. I mean, we were in the shotgun a lot this past week, which is different than the triple option. We're just integrating it. Doesn't mean we're going to play it throughout the whole year, but, we're going to stay true to our ground game. But in those 2-minute situations, yeah, you kind of have to open it up a little bit.
So you find Tyler Carmona with about 15 seconds left on the clock. Probably pretty hard to describe that feeling, but what were you thinking when you saw the brigade coming out of the stands onto the field? I mean, can you compare that to just any feeling in life?
I mean, it was unbelievable. Tyler, he did a great job to get wide open pretty much. Just laid it in there. He came down with it. And then, right there, I knew we had it. The whole stadium just going crazy. And then our defense did a good job playing the last 20 seconds or whatever it was on the clock. So, yeah, it was definitely a great moment.
So you guys were able to respond to the challenge there late in the fourth quarter. But looking back to this entire season as a whole, this is a team, you guys have faced adversity on the field, and you've personally faced some as well off the field. How has being at the Naval Academy helped you kind of get through tough times and come up big in the end?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what the Naval Academy is all about. I mean, it's definitely tough going here as a student, let alone playing football, because you have so many responsibilities, whether that's military, academic, and then just having that football responsibility. It really cuts out all your free time pretty much. But I mean, you look around, what gets you through is just like the guys around you, not only on the team, the people at school, they have respect for you. And then it's great to see the entire brigade kind of just form around the football team, and knowing that they're having fun on Saturdays.
So we're basically almost at the halfway point here in the football season. But when you look back to last year, you got thrown into a pretty difficult situation in that football championship game there at home, and then you got your first start in the Army-Navy game. It probably seems like forever ago, but how would you describe your growth over this amount of time? Like, where are you now compared to the Zach Abey that we saw at quarterback at the end of last season?
Yeah, I mean, I think anyone would tell you that it's been a pretty big change. Over the offseason, I had to work very hard to just get familiar with the offense, just know everything in and out, and just meeting with Coach Jasper, just to make sure, the big thing with him over the offseason was me being more confident. And I think as has gone on this season, I've gained that confidence level. I guess the people around me on the offense have gained my trust, and I'm just playing with not tensed up anymore, just playing. So.
All right, so enough football. Let's have a little bit of fun. I promised I wouldn't hit you too hard with these questions. So I saw that Coach Ken's son said that he thought his dad's spirit animal was a gorilla. Have you seen this? Have you heard this? That when Coach Ken, he's relaxed and calm until he needs to charge at someone. Would you agree with this comparison?
Yeah, I could agree because, gorillas they're a likable animal, and then all of a sudden, I mean, Coach Naval is a great guy, but I mean, he definitely, he can get after you, and most of the time you deserve it. So,
seen that gorilla come out a little bit on the sideline this year, right?
Yeah, I've seen it too many times.
All right. Well, I have to ask you, what would you say your spirit animal is for people that are trying to get to know you?
So I think my spirit animal is a hippo. Why? I really don't know.
Explain this.
It's just whenever someone asks me this question, I always just say hippo. I think it's just because, they play in the mud all day. They just seem like they have a good life, and that's, I don't know. They
Hippos
seem
have
really
a solid life. All right.
They have a solid.
I like it. So Zach Abey, spirit animal is a hippo. You heard it right here. All right, so the last thing I want to talk to you about is this Showtime series. It's been unbelievable. I've been personally watching it at home, and I know a ton of people all over the country have been watching it as well. How would you describe what that's been like, just having these camera crews following you around day to day at practice throughout the game? I mean, has that been just a totally different experience than last season?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was definitely kind of weird, just having them in the locker room, in the training room. But now, I mean, we're getting kind of used to it. We know all the guys of the staff now, and we just talk regular. But I mean, the only other thing is just going to class with them. Like, I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, I think the whole football team has a lot of respect for the guys. Like, they've done a great job, just not only just capturing the football moments, but just our life around the brigade and our personal lives as well. So I think it's been pretty cool.
Do you guys all get together to watch the episode every single week?
Yeah. I always have a lot of guys in my room watching it.
That's awesome. And I actually lied to you. I have one more question because I know that people at home, they're trying to get to know you a little bit better. And I think everybody is so impressed. I think, watching this Showtime series, we're starting to get a better feel of what you all go through on a day-to-day basis. It's not just the football, it's the academics, it's the service academy, it's all of it. And none of us can truly understand, I think, what that is like. But just real quick, kind of brief version, what is a day like in the life of Zach Abey from when you get up in the morning? What time does that start, just on a normal practice day?
So I usually wake up around 6:45. Take my shower in the morning, then go down to breakfast around 7:30ish, and then get to class around 7:50, start to 7:55. Then I have class all day until around 11:45. Then we all go to lunch. We have our own section in King Hall that we eat. We go to lunch, and then we come to Ricketts, which is the football hall, and go to meetings. And that lasts until about 12 or 1:15, and then classes start again at 1:30 until about 2:30. Then we come back.
I'm tired already.
Yeah. Then we come back and then go to the training room, get taped up, and get ready for practice. And practice, that usually ends around 6:30ish. Then we have dinner around 7. And right after that, we start studying and hopefully get to bed by 11.
Wow. Well, that is, you're fitting a lot into that day. I think more than most people could say. Well, Zach, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate learning more about you and catching up with you at this halfway point in the season. Off to a great start. We wish you the best of luck this weekend at Memphis.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, Zach. Thanks.